Hey there, Silver-Tongued Devil here, and we're back on Hellsweepers. So, I figured I'd just carry on my run for tonight and do the intro in my particular idiom of upside-downness, just so we know which way this is going to go tonight. So, any questions about the game, the leveling up system, or whatever you like, because things have changed a little bit, but not too bad. I'm only playing it on extreme because, well, I'll give myself a bit of an easy time of it. It's mainly so that I can get a slower rotation, but when I do the flips, if you increase the difficulty, it speeds this up a bit. Now, I've got no problems with that, but whilst I'm trying to teach and talk and chat away, if this is nice and slow, it's nice and easy to do. So, but yeah. Wait! Hey! Cool, right, let's get in there. Didn't say further ado. So, as I was saying to you lot before we jumped in here, if it sounds like I'm playing with tissue up my nose, it's not the latest strap, I promise you. It's just that I have a touch of the old man flu. So my talking may be more nasalier than later on. So that's... Oh yeah. I put laser sights on for you lot. I don't need those. Problem is, I mean, you can take them off, but we don't need to, so... But it gives you an idea, because you can change the colours and the laser sights on this as well. Right, what are we saying? 25 enemies. Easy job. Let's make sure. Oh, we haven't got a lot of mana though. Not a lot of mana. Haha! So, for anyone not familiar with Hellsweeper, in my humble opinion, this is probably one of the coolest, most action-packed games going on Quest. This is all Quest native. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, I did just perform a double cartwheel into a triple. There's only one other game that I know that does this as well. And that's the kind of spiritual prequel of this game, which is a little game called Sairento. Ooh, could we quad cartwheel? I think we could. And so if slow motion absolutely balked and overpowered is your thing in games, and hey, we get plenty of the underdog experiences in games, plenty of that Dark Soul vibe, why not have a little bit of fun from time to time? And that's what this game does. As far as elements is concerned, I don't really do a massive amount of fusion on weapons. It is ridiculously powerful though, but if I was going to do anything, I never likes doing anything upside down sometimes. There we go. If I was going to do anything, it would be blood. And the reason being is because when... Yeah, Dark Souls mentioned drink indeed. The reason being is because when you infuse a weapon with blood, it gives you life leech properties. And life leech properties in games are very good, but you'll see that every shot that I'm firing here fires a blood ghost, which is probably one of the most powerful things in the game. And if I can get that from my shots, you better believe I'm going for that. The way that I'm doing that as well is I am putting the gun to my shoulder to reload it, because that's where my strong bullets are, or my manual reload is on my shoulder because of the libertarian skill. God, it doesn't like doing it in slow motion. There we go. And then when you have the weapon glowing and powered, every shot you take fires a blood ghost, and it's just ridiculous. Blood ghosts are bad enough. Look at this. And this is a simple enough motion. Bear in mind, because it's one of the things that I do need to point out in this game, bear in mind you are looking at hundreds of hours of play and experimenting and pissing around with all the bits and pieces within the game, and the leveling up element of it as well. But if you know what you're doing in this, and I can teach you, if you know what you're doing and know what you're going for, you can become very powerful in the game very quickly. If anybody asked me, well, I mean, if that doesn't tell you everything that you need to know, and literally all I'm doing, summon blood drop, summon blood drop, summon blood drop. Silly. Well, see, this is the thing, Sky. I don't need blood crystals. Note how I can summon blood magic. And the reason being is because of my... I can't claim it because they put it in the game before I really started doing much with them. But they put a feature into the game, or rather a trait into the game called Devil's Trigger, which basically makes blood magic work like any other magic. So, and again, it's another thing that I always like to celebrate on this game. What the devs have here as far as a system is concerned. Now, you might be thinking like, oh yeah, but you're just pulling guns out of the air. Yeah, we're in hell. We're like a cartwheeling mage. You know, we're a gunsmith, mage smith, melee smith. We're whatever you want to be in this, and we can indeed just conjure things out of thin air. You want bullets? We got bullets. You want lightning, or fire, or blood, or pistols, or dare I say you want a katana? We have it all. We have it all right there. So, and as you said as well, it is one of the crying shames of this is I think I've put an exceptional amount of time in. I'd go as far as to say across the Quest 2 version, the Quest 3 version, because I had to start again when I went from Quest 2 to Quest 3. It didn't save my save, and I got that to about this stage, a couple of updates back's worth. And I also did it on the Pico. I started this game. I played this game first on the Pico. And yeah, I mean, I've got to have put like, I don't know, 500,000 hours. I'd say probably close to 1,000 hours into this game. So, and it doesn't get boring. Doesn't get boring. Sparks. It's the only thing that I find with all of the melee. Like Gentle Fist, there's something. Gentle Fist. Open-handed strikes knock back enemies. So I'm planning on Grimlord doing an unarmed only run. I could do the same with this. I mean, when I say unarmed, I mean I'll just use my fists. And when I say my fists, I mean these, obviously. You know, because why wouldn't I? And I can shoot them as well. The game of, but wait, there's more. Well, that's technically a Dark Souls mention, Von, so... But anyway, let's crack on tonight, because I want to get this run finished. Ooh, blood magic, yes please. Excuse me. That's for Bloodlands. We do want to stay away from anything that increases our damage with blood magic, because this game is all about the number of hits. If I turned all the numbers on, this game is quite the some of you may say visual feast, others may say written mess, one of the two. I turn all of that off just because I've seen it a million times before. I know what my things are doing. You know, I turn it back on for testing purposes, but I've done plenty of that with this game. Ooh, some upgrades to the pistol. So what we're doing here is so this is the rogue-like element to the game, where we're grabbing are weapons once again, at the moment, ones that I've just got equipped, and then slowly leveling up. And again, it's something that I like about this game. The leveling up actually changes sometimes the look and the effects of things. It's like, you know, as you are becoming stupidly powerful, why would it not, you know, why would you not want to see yourself visually getting more powerful? It's a good excuse to use the silver keys, and then there's a jade key over there. We don't need that. We don't need the unarmed skill. Jade key. This is what you use jade keys for. If you see a chest with 3 locks, a jade will maximize the number of unlocks. That's the worst way you could possibly say that. Basically, those 3 jade keys count as a gold key each, and the rewards are given thusly. So always, to be at peak efficiency, always keep your jades for 3 lock chests only. And then you'll just get +3s. I need to... Yeah, that's a point. Let's just slap a load of experiences gold on all of these, because that's what we're here for tonight. We're here for experience. Levitating objects will not cost you mana. Yeah, we like that one. And rock split. Levitate 3 objects that I want to show off later, and we'll do some XP as gold. And then, well, with this, with Unholy, you know, it's all about that paid violence. So we also need packed lunch as well, I think it is. There we go. Dead bodies explode after 3 seconds. This is the perfect skill, and it's packed lunch you need to get to allow it to show up. This is the perfect skill in tandem with paid violence, because paid violence, you get more loot when dismembering enemies. If enemies blow up, guess what? That counts as dismemberment. This is, the thing is, you should put all of your points into paid violence. This is me being lazy, basically. But there is reason to it as well. If sometimes when you are fighting in the game, a lot of the corpses, because, you know, the game's doing a lot, actually disappear before you can slam them into something or shred them up. If you have it so that they explode after 3 seconds, then you're always getting maximum amount of coinage. So that is like 10 times more style than we need. Lovely. Oh, no thanks. Hello, Doc. I would have taken blood magic, however, fuck the... Actually, no, I'll show you the floor is lava. You can see why I find it painful. Let's have a... Oh yeah, the... Hello, Headbite. No, it's one of the crying shames about this game. Hello, Headbite. Welcome to the stream. And it is one of the crying shames about this game, is that it wasn't as good on launch as it is now. If you asked me, this is one of the finest games we have on the Quest. This is all running Quest natively. This is a very fine game. It's doing a lot. I mean, at the end of the day, it is just an arena shooter, but you could say the same about a lot of games. But the amount that it's doing within that platform is so good. Yes, yeah, environmental. Yeah. So environmental damage and environmental knockback negates floor is lava. We unfortunately do not have those skills. So, but the thing is, all you do is you just avoid the floor is lava like the plague. If anything kills me tonight, it'll be the floor is lava. It does that much damage, and it's that much of a twat. So... we'll wait on that one if I can get 3 gold keys. I mean, it's only 1 silver, it doesn't matter too much. But we are going to have lots of... In fact, if I shoot that one, and I shoot that one, we might get what? Well, yeah, of course it was 2 silvers. Right. Cool. So we are on a totem mission. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to kill most of the totems, and then we'll farm the level a little bit just to make sure that we get our style over 60,000 so that we're maximising what we can get out of the level, and then we'll continue. The reason why I do this is because then if you do get into trouble, you can almost end the game at a moment's notice. Better kill some enemies, eh? Where's the last one then? It's down there. I'll reload you, prick. Yups. Do note with these ice enemies, they are particularly tough, which is a great thing for us. However, any ice enemy in the game, you can kill incredibly quickly. The icicles, if you crack all the icicles on one of these, they blow up. Same on... Ow. So note here, icicles on his back, icicles at the bottom. If you destroy both of those, these guys literally fall over. If you don't do that, they take a lot of hits. And what do we want? A lot of hits. And why? Because style. And as long as we keep these hits going, it's game over for them. It's always game over for them. I've got the mana now. Thing is, floors in lava shouldn't be too bad a problem for us. But if I die, well, yeah, you can give me that bag of I told you so. I'll have a look at whoever that was who just said hello. I didn't quite hear. Oh, let me get me finished. Was that blood hosts? Oh yeah. And if you cast your blood hosts and then flip upside down, it counts all of the blood host hits at ×4 because you're being acrobatic. At ×4 as in style. This is how you get ridiculous style points. Get everything set up on the board and then just flip. Oh, good hit, sir. Nothing could get through my shields. Right, I reckon that's enough. Hello, Ian. Bricked up indeed. Bricked up indeed. Where's that last one then? Where's that last one to? Let's knock the floor as lava. No, it's definitely one. And it's definitely got to be here. I mean, it would be. Oh, yeah. No, but the thing is, that's what you should do. Hey, I can't see it. Oh, is it like too loud, Von, or am I unhearable? I have got the music on. Oh, maybe it's because... Oh, it's because I've destroyed all of the totems. I thought I was looking for a totem. It's because we're down to the last lot of enemies. I see. Oh, is it... Sorry, Von, did you say it's too loud? I can turn... I've got the music on this for a change, because the music's actually pretty good as well. I usually turn it off, though, just... to be fair, I turn it off for when I do my tips and tricks videos, because it saves me having to mix. On the Queen Vic blowing up, I had no idea the Queen Vic blew up. Oh, it was Headbite that said that. Yeah, no, dude, I am. Oh, cool. Yes, I am having an amazing weekend. Thank you, Headbite. Other than, you know, having to play with fucking copious amounts of tissue stuck up my nose. No, it's not a new trend that anybody... I'm not trying to set a new trend. Like, you know, hey, did you see that silver-tongued devil guy playing on Hellsweeper the other day? He's constantly upside down and flipping. How does he do it? Well, I think it's to do with the tissue stuffed up his nose. It's all part of the balance technique. All part of the pressure system. So, yeah, I got a touch of the old man flu. So... Unhearable, yeah. Yeah. Oh, I just simply get louder. So, longer infusions, that's always a good thing for me when we're playing the game. Now, the only problem with doing experiences gold is, yeah, tell me about it. Tell me about it. Experiences gold is all well and good, but this is our mainstay magic. And the problem is, when you are putting on some of these, you need to pay attention to how much it is increasing the mana. If you've ever got to the point where you can't cast much, or you can't cast anything, it's because you haven't been investing in the discounted mana perks, and you've been pushing too much into damage or effects, or so on. If you come to something like this, we don't want to increase our damage. I don't want to make the magic spells bounce, otherwise we'll lose the blood ghost ability. That is a huge mana cost for what it is. So we go for the lowest one. Increased status effect duration, well, that's not too bad. So always go for the lowest in that situation as well. Again, as I've said before, I've heard a lot of people complain in this game, like, oh yeah, I get so far into the game and I can't cast anything. It's like, yeah, you need to be taking the 5-finger discount traits, otherwise you're kind of backing yourself into a corner with your casts. And then, yeah, you could just increase the mana like that. Ooh, plus 30%, lovely. Or plus 40% rather. And we'll have some of that too. We're not using a lot of fire, so don't mind putting experiences gold on that. But that mana is definitely going up. Spell balls will not consume when casting advanced spells. That is actually the one that I wanted to test. We'll try that out in a minute. And we also do not... well, yeah. Oh, no, that's not what we're using. We're not using the health and mana conversion. We're using something even better. I've got Libertarian. I don't want to take additional traits of it because it increases my damage. So what we want to do here is the one that doesn't increase our damage. Manually reloading the gun restores durability. That's actually useful because you later on in the game you can get your guns broken. You don't need to worry too much if you're doing what I'm doing with the bullets. I've got bullets on my shoulder, and the Libertarian skill allows me, instead of doing that to manually reload, to just go like that. And if I had the bullets on my hip, I could just do that. And it's the reloading in this game is pretty good, and I'm a bit biased because I'm on the pros, and they do seem to, the pro controllers, they do seem to be a little bit better in some of the faster movements because of those extra cameras sometimes. But if you are ever struggling with reloading with the pistol, get Libertarian. It also works with the rifle and the shotgun as well. So anything that allows you to equip the bullet perk. So Sky, I don't know if you're using that or not, but you should definitely have bullets. If you equip a gun that is allowed to use them, you can then equip it to either your shoulder or your hip, and it just makes your gun more powerful. So, or, well, it allows you to do increased effects with the elemental side of things as well. Yeah, Liberty's such a good skill. Libertarian is so good. Yeah, that's all of them. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is that, yeah, 250,000. Again, wasted. We don't need that. I prefer not to have floor is lava. Is that fucking meteorites? That's almost as bad. We're not summoning weapons with that, and we're not doing... what's that? Oh, every weapon and limb will conjure 2 projectiles. We'll just do that. Yeah, secret powder's the one that I usually go for because, you know, you can have your weapons broken in this, and it's a pain in the ass, but you just summon more. So, cool. And yeah, apologies, there's going to be copious amounts going upside down tonight. I've got to level up. Need that skill. What we did? 29 enemies, easy. Spin the herd. And then let's get out there. Through that. Again, you know, tell me games that you can do this on. I'm in love with Hellsweeper and the ability to flip around the arena and go upside down. And for me, this is peak VR because you're really doing something. Like, I don't know about you guys, but I can't jump 10 foot in the air and flip. Hell, I can't flip. I can in VR though. Makes me feel like an extra real boy. I mean, here's a little cartwheel for you. Into a barrel roll, to a side flip. And the other thing that's great about this as well is if you can get into the swing of things with the whole, because you should, if you can, you should play upside down 90% of the time. Oh yeah. Yeah, no, it would. It would. Still haven't touched the floor yet, chat. Just saying. And we never shall. You. 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 Oh no, out of jumps and down the hole. Back up. Ah, it's not working. Oh, don't they just? I tell you what else looks really funny as well. I've switched the buttons, haven't I? Ah, hang on. Got the buttons flipped over. Kicking. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Right, that's enough style for one day. Stop pissing around, shall we? So you'll also note as well, I've taken quite a few hits. Part of the reason why I can get away with it is the skill that I use is Gilded Boots. I should take it off, but at the end of the day we're leveling up. This isn't like a challenge run or anything, but that's something that I wouldn't mind, you know, playing with the concept of can I complete the game in whatever mode without the usual crutches. If you were looking for the crutch that I use, and you should, his Gilded Boots, what it does is as you are collecting cash in the game, it gives you a shield bar. As long as you don't spend said cash and you know the best ways to harvest that cash, the amount of shields that you can get is ridiculous, and you basically can never die. Even on the higher difficulties, enemies really struggle with a combination of you being maneuverable and having all those shields. You'll just never die. So, and you know, as I said, this isn't the Dark Souls of VR. No. This is the overpower fantasy of VR. And to be fair, I love it for it as well. Although, having said that, when you first get the game, you will die a lot when you first start. Again, that's part of the very nature of this kind of game, because it is in essence a roguelike, and that's what you're supposed to do. We want to be avoiding these because I've got my weapons set up the way that I want. Ordinary bullets used by guns. Increase damage by 200%, but durability with each shot. No thank you. Oh man, stop making me make rubbish decisions. Reduce damage buff. Oh, okay then. Triple? Yeah, no. Triple. I tell you, sequential jump is what we're at the moment. And when I've got the what's it called leveled up, I'll be able to get it to 6. Hexamillion jump? Hexatuple jump? Hexadecimal jump? Oh, I don't know what it is. Hexa something? I know it's sequential for 5. What are we saying? Any more chests? There's one. Look, there's one sneaky one. Need more keys. Ah, haze. again, like all the combos of magic as well. A lot of the combos of magic in this game are fantastic, but they just do too much damage and not enough hits. And so they're not a great medium for playing through the game, maximizing your experience. Again, I'd like to do some challenge runs where it's like I'll only use combined magic. It'll just be a fucking massive light show. That's what we're here for. We want echoes. And also, that there gives us a chance of getting an infinite corridor or a vault. I can't remember what they call it now. Infinite corridor, I think it is. It used to be called a vault. So we'll definitely go with that one because we want echoes, and then we want that level. Yeah, they're fantastic. Von likes doing her Sky Witch routine with which one is it? Not Fire and Ice. Fire and oh, Ice and Thunder, isn't it? Just flying around with a fucking disc around you, scything through enemies and healing friendlies. Such a good trait. What we doing here? That's right, we're getting rid of all the totems. Why? Because if we don't, it's just going to make our life hard. In these levels where you don't get like a clear boundary as to where the level begins, just turn on the spot and shoot them. The thing is, if anything, I'm just making... Oh, it is electric and fire. Hang on, isn't that haze? I can't remember. I know you like electric and fire's the... I know that's electric and ice with the laser, isn't it? So many combos. I mean, you know, technically I shouldn't like this game. There's way too much to remember, and we all know about my memory issues. So, are those my keys? I had 20? I all sound so shocked and surprised. Good job. Mana Thief. This is in nearly every single thing that you should be going for. When you get 3 5-finger discounts, you've got a chance of Mana Thief showing up. Take Mana Thief. It gets rid of your 3 5-finger discounts, but gives you a reduced mana cost that is greater than the sum of the 3. So that's always good. Trial of Luck. Now, here's the thing. Ooh, how much is that going to cost me? Oh, fuck you. You're going to take... Hang on. 6,000? That's nothing. So, if I was to roll the dice, I can randomly get an effect for the rest of the run. And just wanted to point out, that's the floor is lava, and I'd rather not play with the floor is lava for the rest of the game. So I'm going to pay the penalty just so we can get past it. But again, these are things. What other game that lets you fucking summon multiple wolves and then throw bows at them, and they can use bows in their mouth? It's crazy. Crazy. Oh, talking of using bows. Oh no, I won't be able to do it. No, I won't be able to do it. One of the things that I wanted to do during this run, if I pick up a bow, is I didn't show it off so well previously, but you can summon multiple bows and then conjure them all up into the air and get them firing like a little concert of bows. It's very beautiful. I mean, we can kind of do that with guns already. Hey, look at that. Huh. He's talking to me? Are you talking to me? I don't see anybody else here that you could be talking to. Come on, lads, let's get them. But yeah, that's, again, so many ways, so many things. And the thing is, as well, even without the laser sights, it's a very viable way to play the game. And if memory serves, you can get 3 of these in each hand. And you can have all sorts of weaponry in that as well, and you can also have it so that you can float them whilst using one in your hand as well, but that is a specific skill. Now, we're on the clock, we're on survival, so we want to be getting as many kills as possible, as quickly as possible. The way we do that is blood magic. I know what you're thinking. Oh man, blood magic? Haven't seen that before. No. But believe you me, until Phil Mitchell is done. Look at everything that is going on the screen. And when I'm doing that, and you can get a lot more going on, there is a frame drop, but it's not massive. But this game can be played in slow motion, and credit to the developers for letting you push the game this far. Because most would be like, nope, nope, you've summoned 2 blood hosts, that's it now, that's enough. No, my employees of the month can be summoned as quickly as I can summon them, and you can get as many out as, well, you allow, based on your various power-up abilities and level. And we want to be making sure, whilst our blood hosts are out there doing a job, that we are upside down. Hello, Chris. How did you do in the tournament, my man? Mike said that you were still in it. Blood doggos. Blood doggos. It's one of the games that I will have to play for you lot at some point as well. Sairento is still a very good-looking game. I'll have to give you a look of that one, and that's basically this, but instead of hell, it's like it's not cyberpunk, because cyberpunk for me means something different, like the whole, oh no, that I suppose it is cyberpunk, isn't it? I'm thinking of steampunk, and it's basically this but cyberpunk, very syndicate-y. I always found it to be a fantastic game on the PlayStation. Oh, PSVR. That's what I played it on originally. It was Sairento and Super Hot that made me Sairento on Super Hot, and I was like, why am I on PlayStation VR? I fucking hate this cord, because you can't do this sort of cool shit. You know, spin and spin and spin. I mean, I know you can. But having to untangle maybe a little bit, yeah. For one night only, Chris, for one night only, I am playing this game. We're gonna call it part of a challenge run. For one night only, tonight I was like, oh, how can I make Hellsweeper a little bit hard for myself? I will put tissue in massive wads up my nose, and then it gives Vaughn an additional job as well. Not only does she have to say 1 hour battery tech, but she also has to say 1 hour snot check as well. So, you know, and so everybody's happy. Vaughn gets a little bit more work, you know, I've got like something to do, you know. Believe you me, Chris, it'll catch on. People are like, how's he upside down all the time? It's the tissue up his nose. I'm telling you now, it'll catch. We'll make it catch. We can make it catch, chat. You know, little like war cry that was. Don't know if you heard it or not. Quite a different one. There you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, that is 7 million. Not bad. Not bad. I've had it like into the hundreds. Thing is, the problem with style is anything past 60,000, it's like, oh yeah, those are huge. As Sky was saying, oh, those are huge numbers. But anything over 60,000, you're not getting paid for, so it's no point. No point. I don't think I'm that nasally, am I? Am I? Am I? Look, fair warning, alright? I've got tissue up my nose, okay? If I don't have tissue up my nose, I'll be all night or, you know, having to stop every 5 minutes to wipe my face. So, funny thing is, I was feeling fine last night, and then this morning, whew. The thing is, you don't need in accounting or insurance. Well, to be honest with you, that's actually how I ended up in hell. So there you go. All part of the law now, isn't it? It's come around full circle. Hello, Doomslay. How we doing? It's come around full circle. Yeah, I used to be a solicitor, and you know, and then things happened, and now we're here. So you know, could be worse though, I guess. Could be purgatory. That stupid flaw they put in. But yeah, I was watching the Dungeons of Eternity thing, and I am keen to compete on that, but I don't know if there's a lot of strategy in it at the moment because of how it works and because of how it is. Hello, Apt. How we doing? Ooh, mana increase. Mana decrease? What? Present an offering? You're not... Oh, man. Okay, well, we're not using the katana that much on this this run, so I'll sacrifice that. Always read the text. Always read the text. There we go. Mana Thief. Good. Now we can lightning for days. Good. Good. Yes. Sparks is the other one that we want. Good. Flip, double lightning in slow motion. The magic effects on this as well, I think they look great. Absolutely fantastic. One thing I've always loved about this game as well, in particular, with the lightning at the very least. Ooh, I've done myself a bit of a disservice there. Look at this. So good. Look at that. I love that, like, when you have the fire, your hand is, you know, you just conjure the fire and your hand is slowly kind of, you know, pulsing or breathing. But with the lightning, as you expect, your fingers are twitching, twitch. So good. So very good. Little things. Yes, it has got Quest 3 enhancements, so it does. It's the one crying shame I think about this game, and the thing is, the performance is good enough that I can overlook it, and I've been playing it for a long time now that I can overlook it. When you are in the fight, it looks good, but like, for instance, the outside of the level is still a little blocky, and a lot of the colour palettes in this game are a little dull. Which, I mean, you know, what more can you do with Underground? But it's just that lot of browns and darker browns and dark reds. And some of the levels on this game are absolutely fantastic. But there's one or two that are just a bit bland. The thing is, it doesn't matter too much about the background. This is one of those ones, I've spoken about it before, where I wish there was a little bit more power going to make the backgrounds look nicer, because the enemies look great, the weapons look great, the magic effects, the fighting, the effects, that all looks great. It's just that kind of middle to far distance. But then, you know, it's only a mobile phone headset, peeps, isn't it? So, I'm happy with it. But, you know, I'd always like to see improvements. God, I'm starting to sound like a graphics tart. What's going on? What is going on? Hello, VR Warrior. How we doing? An intro. But yeah, if yeah, you would. I mean, you don't need to spend a lot of time on the tutorial. The one thing that I would say about the tutorial is pick something. Pick magic or pick weaponry, ranged weaponry. And once you finish the tutorial, just get into the game. And the reason being is because there is so much in this game that you can quite easily overwhelm yourself at the start. What you do is, for me at least, I would say pick magic or pick ranged weaponry, guns of some description, and go from there. Find something that you like, the quicker the better, and I don't think the tutorial is short. If you think that, oh, actually no, to be fair, the tutorial probably is quite short to begin with because you haven't got everything available. Yeah, no, that's quite right actually. But that's the thing, is I would have said you can really bombard yourself with this game, and there's no need. You can basically, my advice with this game would be find what you like doing and do it. Simples. 5-finger discount, yes please. And yeah, we'll take mana conduit, but we're not using the AoE, so at least it doesn't increase our magic. Yeah, summoning less, please. Laser sights, I've already got. Oh, it's fire additional homing bullets. Yeah. Yeah. Like, you know, from when I unlocked them, I'm still silver core's not bad. From when I unlocked them, I'm still using lightning, fire. Blood is my highest level thing. This is kind of like end game magic. Gotta remember to do that now as well. And pistol. But you can find just one of these things, and if you are good with it, or even if you are adequate with it and you push really far into it, there is melee in it, but the melee is... it suffers from the problem that most games that try and put melee into them suffer from, is that everything's either just a little bit too far out of reach, or you get too close and overshoot it a lot of the time. The thing for me is the way that you play magic and the way that you play guns is very similar. The way that you play melee, you kind of have to change your style. In Sairento, you could quite easily interchange between the lot of them because the levels, I feel, were designed a little bit better for them. But there's also the element that the gunplay and the magic in this is chef's kiss, and the melee's just kind of there, I guess. So, but maybe take what I'm saying with a bit of a pinch of salt as well, because I'm not the melee guy that you might be after learning from. I'm the upside down shooty. And it takes a while to get to the point where you can play this game pretty much upside down all the time, and you get rewarded for it. Do you have to play that way? Nope. Von doesn't, and Von's just as high a level as I am in this game, and she's a ground-based magic user. Just being in the air increases your style, just normally, but it's putting that flip on it. Putting that flip on it doubles your style again. Oh, what a feeling! A little bit of dancing on. I should have added the old the level of maneuverability that your character is capable of on this as well. And again, this is part of the lore of this game for me as well, and again why I like the melee. Trying to get the flips correct so that you can do those those melee things to enemies upside down, because we all want to like fucking misty flip over something and slice at its head and then chop an arm off and stab it through the face. We all want to do that. It's just there is no way to like kind of lock onto the enemy to allow it, so 9 times out of 10 you don't get it. But I tell you what little melee I have done in this game, when you do get it, very good. Lot of chef's kissing in this game. That chef be sending out a lot of kisses in this game. But yeah, there are... Just put that... Yeah, no, that's... Yeah, no, that's... No. That's... The thing is, that's part of the reason why I embraced it as well, is it's free slow motion, and you just have to contend with being upside down, which I can do. But then finding out that you're actually rewarded with increased style for being upside down, well, we'll take that also. We will take that to the bank. And it isn't, the other thing as well is, it isn't what you do upside down, it's what's happening upside down. So if you fire off a load of summons, like if you bring Doggo out and it kills something whilst you're upside down, you'll get the 4x style from it. So, just saying. I think we've got enough cash. See, I stay away from flipping burgers, if I'm honest, Sky. I stay the hell away. Magic infused by 100%. That's quite good. But we're not really doing that. We'll go for the lower mana cost one. Yeah, I stay away from flipping burgers for the simple reason that I don't want to increase my damage whilst I'm upside down, because I want to land more hits. If they're dying too fast, you can't land as many hits, and if you can't land as many hits, it's you struggle with getting as much style. But hey, got my katana. Oh yeah, we got it on the hip slot, haven't we? Yeah, I mean, that's something that, you say that, VR, that's something that me and K2, we're always trying to flip in front of well, no, scratch that and reverse it. I'm always trying to flip in front of K2 so that I can do my spreading to the gods routine with my leg. She loves it, you know. She'll say like, "Oh, fuck off, Silver," in the chat, but like when we're in game, giggling away like a little schoolgirl she is. Isn't that right, Vaughn? Right, reduce mana cost or whatever. Yep. Might as well put experiences gold on. This will add to the number of echoes that we get. But like, look at all of these abilities. Second blade, increased smoke blade count. So this is something that I like to see in these games, where you become more powerful. There's plenty of times where you could just press a button and it's like, get a 10% more increase in damage, get a 10% reduction in mana costs, get a stat in this. A lot of things in Hellsweeper, granted, are that because they need to be, but there's almost just as many things where it's like it'll launch them further. More meteors will drop from the sky, more tornadoes will come, more smoke blades will be conjured, you know, and it's all very cool stuff. Very cool. Right. God, if I keep yapping, we're never going to get this level finished. And probably go the wrong way. Test your luck. Ooh. No. Up. 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 The other thing to note as well is, as I said previously, I've turned off all of the assists. So normally when I simply hold up on the right stick, that puts the game into slow motion. And I'll just show you. I'll just show you. Why am I talking about it? I'll just show you. And this is how you learn to play the game. I turn it off because I think it looks better. Got to find it now. What's it under? So yeah, just in case anyone's looking at this going, fucking hell, that looks intimidating. I don't think I could play that. I turn a lot of things as you can see, I turn a lot of things in the visuals off. I can't even see it. Display levitation, grip, dash, display dash jump indicator. Yeah, there we go. So that's what you usually get. And when you bring that up, the game goes into slow time. It does consume your mana, but it goes into slow time. Hello, Chris. No, you're not wrong. And so the one thing that this game is missing that Sairento had is you can jump into a wall, and then you used to be able to flip backwards at a button press and do the sort of like palm spring from the wall into backflip. You can do that in this game very easily, but it was always nice in Sairento that there was a button, like, you know, if you pointed at the wall and jumped at it and then jumped again, it automatically did it for you. So, but with this, you just jump at the wall, jump backwards, and then just put your hands up in the air. So, and that's how you flip as well in this game. Literally, you jump, you get to the apex of your jump, and then you hold your hands up in the air, and then that puts you into your tumble. It's all very well done, and it's all... I'm not going to say it's simple, because it does take some practice. You know, you won't be able to start flipping upside down like I am the minute that you start playing the game. Let's get that shit off. But... have I... Oh, bugged it. So this is a bug that's been in the game for a little while now. I think I can get out of it by... Yeah, let me just reduce my mana to 0. Sairento's so good. Such a good game. Is it going to let me? Oh, man. So this is a bug that's been in the game for a little while. And I usually... I trigger it more often... I don't know. Maybe once every few games where I get permanent slow motion. And the problem is, it'll stay like this. To be fair, I wish I knew how to trigger permanent slow motion, because you don't end up, unless you press a button, with this blue haze. The problem with permanent slow motion, though, is, yeah, it takes you fucking ages to get everywhere. It's cool as fuck, though. So, I do wish I knew how to trigger it, because if you don't press the slow motion button again... Oh, man. If you don't press the slow motion button again, I wonder if it'll do it with an unpause. About I get it. Yeah, but I do a lot of pissing around in the menus, a lot of upside down, a lot of mana manipulation. I'm using the right hand stick, like, permanently. I mean, I would. Yes, this is the quest version that I'm travelling underwater in, Chris. You're quite right. Little slow motion wall run there for you. I'm just going to find the exit and get us out of here. This way? At least the teleport is still reasonably fast. Hang on, this looks like it's back at the start. No. We came this way. Oh, man. I mean, thing is, though, of all the bugs that you could have in a game, permanent slow motion isn't a bad one. So, thing is, end a level and it corrects itself. They've been trying to, I'm not going to bother with that chest. Is it that way, then? That's... yeah, it must be. Oh, yeah, no, don't get me wrong. This game can be difficult. Or did we start here? Oh, man, I'm lost. Oh, I wish there was a map. Doesn't help that I'm going in slow motion as well. Come on. Is it here? No. I could just restart the level, but then we have to do this all again. And I'd rather not. lost again. Yeah, well, there's no map in this game, Von. I don't want a gamble, because that might go in slow motion. It'll take forever. So we checked. Still on my keys, though. I'll just get this ended because we've been in slow motion for way too long now. But yeah, of all the bugs that I've found in this game, I think this is the only real one. There was talk of there being a... Oh man, yeah, I do get lost with the map. You're not wrong. Okay, cool. Anyone up for some slow motion blued up combat? Good. Does make casting quite difficult. A lot of the time, to be fair, it just seems to be this level, but a lot of the time, this kind of corrects itself. No, that is definitely a thing. I'm going to try and break out of this slow motion. Put your shield down. No. Yes. Apologies if everything's looking a little blue. I'm just... Hey, we got out of it. Good. A little bit of combat. A little bit of combat corrects it. But yeah, sometimes you can end up in the entire level like that. Sometimes you can end up until your mana drains. Other times, it just sorts itself out after a little while. So, not the worst bug. Not in a game that's all about slow motion. Yeah, I turned off the beetle as well, because if you're playing this game right, your mana should always be low. You should be constantly casting and constantly firing off spells. And the beetle will be like, I ain't gotta manipulate and use your mana, mate. And it's like, fuck off, you don't. If you're running out of mana, blah, 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 blah. Fuck off, Londoner. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's like, oh, you should always reload. It's like, I am reloading. Instead of conjuring weapons, I'm totally not doing that. So yeah, I got sick of being told off by the bug guy, so he got turned off quite quickly. Shop. Now, this is the only thing that I will spend my money on, is keys. However, things have changed now, because money and souls combine to give you souls. Souls is just for unlocking cosmetics now, and I think I've got more than enough souls to unlock everything, so I don't really need them. Again, as I was saying, damage, we don't want to increase our damage. Let's have a quick reroll though, see if we can get some more jade keys for the run. Not too many though, because as you'll see, because of my crutch, I mean gilded boots, every 300 obols, it grants me 1 shield. I have 536 shield. And shield, I believe shield has some kind of elemental like resistance, because shields seem to go a lot further than health. They regenerate quicker as well. Once you're over about 300 shields, I don't think you can be killed in this, unless you like sit there and just face tank damage. So, and then a lot of the things as well. 22,508 for a 5% mana increase. Get out of here. But yeah, as I refresh the shop, you'll see that my shields drop, because I'm using the very medium that is giving me more shields. So we don't like that, no sir. Let's do one more. Hey, J key. Cool, got a couple of J keys now. No 3 lock box shall go unturned. Ooh. Ooh, I forgot about this. So it's one of the things that has been added. This level is always particularly dark when you're doing the bosses, and muddy. And I forgot that they have added a night and day cycle to this game as well. So, the other thing to note as well Challenger's Call. So this is, you can find out what boss it is by grabbing the clue. So we're going up against Savagery. Now, I should check. Previously, there is no reason other than the challenge to play against Savagery in his elemental form. You might as well just do his normal form. However, there has been an update since I made these claims. So let's have a look at Fire Savagery, shall we? And we want to stick to the outside of the arena. I'm going to try and game this a little bit. I'm going to stick to the outside of the arena. Yeah, you got your Kamehamehas and all that jazz. I'm going to stick to the outside of the arena and keep moving and keep our eyes on him. Now, we don't need to worry too much about this stage of him. It's the next stage that we need to be very concerned. Doc, get that count ready. If I'm going to die anywhere, it'll be here. Savagery is a fucking tough boss. Note as well, I am not, I mean I could, we are pretty powerful. I'm not going to use my blood balls. And the reason being is because if you hit him when he is at certain points of his attack animations, or at certain points of the arena, he'll just fucking teleport and fucking dive bomb you. And that is often dead. Like now, if we shoot him now, when he's throwing thing, we're fine. But if you damage him whilst he is in the sequence, he'll start doing all this teleporting bollocks. So we move away from him when he's doing this. We could shoot him when he pulls stuff from the ground. God, he's teleporting anyway, out of sequence or not. Fine, have some of it. Oh yeah. Uh-oh. Let's not get fucking curb stomped, eh? Thank you very much. Oh, there he goes. And blood magic. Clear the arena. That's when you should attack him. Doing what I'm doing now is asking for fucking death, because you are constantly attacking him when he is in a point where he can teleport at you. But to be fair, he's not even getting it. He's not even touching our shields. Oh, fuck it. I'll just do it quick. Barrel roll. Falco, be proud. Or is it the rabbit? I can't remember. Do a barrel roll. Cool. Right, I'm going to do a battery and nasal check whilst we're loading up the next level. God, my eyes are watering after that one. So yeah, as I said, it still doesn't look like there is any reason to take them in their elemental form other than to challenge your build. I like that, you know, because he takes a lot more. Become immune to environment hazards. That is nice, but more maximum jumps. So now we can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. September jumps. Right, won't be a minute. It did. To be honest with you, if I just stay off the ground, I don't really need it, so... Alright, pull those out. Ugh. Ah, I can breathe. Ugh. Yeah, he was. Forgotten Gravity's great. Forgotten Gravity is the one that I take all the time.
I think you said about flipping burgers as well. The thing is, if you are so I'm at the point now where my character's pretty much all powerful. And I'm not playing it anywhere near top difficulty either. But even top difficulty, things have a little bit more health, but it doesn't really matter too much because of the amount of damage and hits that I can put out. If anything, it just makes getting maximum combo even easier because enemies take more damage. When you are starting the game though, you'll get to those points where it's like, oh man, I can't beat such and such boss, or I get like into Act 2 and everything kicks my ass. There are times in this game where you do need to manually kind of up your power, but as you progress in the game, you manually upgrade your power outside of the game via the meta progression, and then inside the game you can concentrate on getting more experience. Yeah, Ape Grip's good. Do like Ape Grip. No, quite right. But then the thing is, if they block your shots, they still take hits, but at reduced damage. And going back to that whole, how do you get lots of style, there it is. The thing is, I'd love to play a run. I don't think I have yet. I'd love to play a run where I'm just going for out-and-out power build, like one-shotting everything. And yeah, I mean, that's another idea for a stream, isn't it? So I'm gonna, because I had a lot of fun doing the, always rest at hall as well, because you are always getting things during your run at the point where you can rest at hall. And yeah, level 69 indeed. My acrobat level is 41. So, and it's the only one that I've been leveling. Oh no, I got all-rounded to 50. I haven't touched any of the other classes yet. Or epithet. Why do they have to call them epithets? Can't they just call them classes? File level indeed. So yeah, when you get to the end of a chapter, that's when you actually get given your meta progression, and you do want to be using it because then you are making yourself more powerful for that run. Like if I went from rank if I went from rank 10 to rank 12 on the pistol, I'm now going to benefit from a reduced mana cost of 25 for summoning, increased reload speed, which I don't use because I'm using Libertarian, but manual reloads I do sometimes, and increased durability. Oh, nice, Fon, nice. Cool. But yeah, always come back here and use your things because you're just making yourself, you're making the run easier for yourself. And like, who doesn't like leveling shit up? Come on. Who doesn't like leveling things up? But yeah, it's one of the things that I found from doing the Grimlord, the like Assassin's run. I don't know if you guys like watching that, but I really enjoy doing it, and as far as I'm concerned, that's enough. And I then started thinking like, well, what other games could I do that on where I've got you know, I can play them to a reasonable standard. Now I need to start challenging myself, and this sprung to mind because there's so many things that I could try and do. Like, I'd love to give this game a go on a melee run only. I never have. I've always wanted to, but I do want to... Little drink. I would love to do a melee-only run, but the thing is, I'd also want to max my character out so I can kind of show off things at the top level. Oh, look at that for a backflip. Yep. How did I do that? That's not how momentum works. Haha! I've got some of them. Again, there's some of the things that I'd like to do, because there are achievements that you can get in the game. I think the only one that I haven't got is there's like a hunter's build or something, which I think is like what was it, sword, bow, and something else. Basically, each of the achievements, I'm like, hang on, I can use X weapon, so that's easy enough. I've done the like magic only one, that was easy enough. I've done the gun one. We'll have a look before I finish the stream. Reload. We'll have a look before I finish the stream, see what achievements there are. Monster Hunter. That's the one. Yeah, that one I could do, because I'll just maim the bow. But the thing is, I don't see the point of going for those sort of things until I've got everything max leveled. So it's not that much more work, because I did have this max leveled at one point. Have some blood magic. 18 enemies. Yeah. One of the best magics for style. Oh god, took some massive hits then. Run away! Run away! Back to blood magic. One of the best magics for style is lightning, because it just does tons and tons of weak hits. I mean, blood magic is all homing as well though, so that's probably just as good. Like all those hits that we took, and I'm still only just now getting through my shield. Haven't even touched my life bar yet. This is mainly the thing is as well, on thinking on with the melee, there are some skills. Nodachi. Like this is what I would use during my melee build. I fucking love a Nodachi. If only there was a Naginata, eh, chat? But there is. But wait, there is. But yeah, it's the whole trying to get that so that you can flip and then... It's even with the longer weapons, it's always... Again, it's probably because of how I play, but everything always feels... Oh, fuck, I've got a gun though, haven't I? So I'll just use that. Well, okay, maybe I won't. Naginata for the win. But again, the ability to put the game into slow time on demand just by holding the thumb up. And then there's going to be that group of people that are like, oh, you slow time crutch. It's like, thing is though, guys, it's how the game's designed to be played, you know? There is a reason why you can press a button for slow time, and it's because that's how the game's designed to be played. This isn't supposed to be... It's a challenging game to begin with, but it is a power trip game. Do understand that. IDU was never supposed to be a power... probably drink for that as well. IDU was never supposed to be a power trip game. We just made it into one with the slow time feature. Ooh, Uzis. Uzis are another good weapon. We want paid violence. The Tempests are actually... The Tempests are actually from Sairento. And they're very good, but you can't manually reload them. To put reloads on the Uzis, you just literally knock them down and the magazines drop out of them, and then you put them back in. Now, most games, I'll be like, oh man, you don't like pull the magazine, because I'm like a gun nut when it goes well into my gun porn, I guess. I like it when you have to, in VR, drop the magazine, reload, but we're a magician and we use our magic to manipulate the weaponry. Oh, yeah, the Tempests are ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous in this game. They're a great gun. They don't need the Libertarian skill. There was a time when they had it, but they took it away. They took it away. What colour palette? Increased damage during overheating. So, I might show the Tempests off in a little bit. But the way that Tempests work is that the longer you sustain fire them, the more damaging they become. And they also get different effects as well. fire, lightning, and ice. Like, that's a new ability that I haven't even played with yet. Winged Serpent. Summon a haze serpent at your feet, allowing you to glide in the air. That's right, I can fly. Thing is, with the fire magic, if you get the right unlocks, you can then throw your flamethrowers into the floor and fly like Iron Man in this game. The arenas aren't really big enough to allow you to take full advantage of it, but it's cool, man. You know, this is another one of those games where it's like, I can't think of a lot of things in this game that you can't do. Yeah, there is. No, the Tempests are very good. So, like, I remember a lot of people were complaining that there isn't a katana in the game. Well, an adachi is just a big katana. This isn't actually an adachi either. This is a katana, but it's a katana for demon hands, not our tiny little hands. So it ends up as an adachi for us because of the sheer fucking length of the bastard. So, and this you can summon, and not only can you summon it, but you can summon it in different elemental forms. You can use when you have Unholy equipped and you have it on Mastery Level 2, providing you have, I think it's beaten the enemy that has these, or maybe even picked them up. I just looked at it one day and I had them all. And if you infuse magic to your hand before you summon the weapon, it makes it that kind. And it makes it that kind permanently as well, which actually makes the enemy weapons quite good. But for instance, if you couldn't tell, that's an ice Nadachi, chat. Really? But you can get a fire, a blood, and a lightning variant of each of the boss weapons as well. And they don't really do a massive amount other than for the cool. But obviously, you know, the blood one does life leeching, ice damage, fire damage, lightning damage, yada yada yada. Did we get all the... I mean, I reckon I could probably finish a run just by hurling cardboard boxes into enemies, you know? I'm planning a run on Grimlord where I'm just using hand-to-hand combat. Stupid boy. To be fair, there's not enough cardboard boxes. There's not enough cardboard boxes to complete hell. The thing is, you're quite right, Sky, it is such a good system, and I wish more VR games would copy it. I know that Hellsweeper has the lore for it, but literally all I'm doing is I wave my hand in the direction and press grip. I have the pistol. I wave my hand up and press grip. I have lightning, left and fire, down and blood, hip, shoulder for bullets, hip for katana. It's so good, and because it basically means that, and again, I said about the upside down being peak VR, a lot of the features in this game, I wish more. There are games like Grimlord, Hellsweeper, Dungeons of Eternity. There's lots of these games. Exfil as well, I believe, is a little bit better than Into the Radius in some of the mechanics that they have, but Into Radius is another one as well. And there you go, that's probably about 5 drinks for you there, Von. But all of these VR games share one thing in common: the interactions that you do with the world are very, very intuitive. Like, that's so cool, you know? And because it's so cool, it's a little bit harder to do to upside down because you're in slow motion and it doesn't always register as well. You have to do longer sweeping movements. You should have them out before you go up, you summon them and then go upside down. But being able to do all of those things on the fly as well, like, I can't think of any games, even probably flat screen, where I could be wall running into an upside down flip as I'm summoning a pistol and flame magic in my other hand, combining them and then flipping out to kill enemies. You know, and it should be easy to do. I mean, I suppose you can kind of do things like that in Devil May Cry. So, but right, let's get all of those sorted and out the way.
physically play to virtually win. What are we doing here? Oh, spin the roulette. Oh, do I have to? If it's got floor as lava, you can fuck off. But again, so many people may look at this game. Maybe it's I don't know why this game doesn't do as well as it should. I think it's one of the finer games that we have on the Quest. There's so much content here and so much to do. If I had a game that I wanted to play infinitely, it would probably be Hellsweeper. Dungeons of Eternity is a very close second, but there's just so much to do and so many ways to do it that it's just silly. Absolutely silly. I've said before and I'll say again, the amount of content in this game you wouldn't find across 2 or 3 other games in VR a lot of the time. So, I mean, maybe that isn't as good a statement to make because a lot of VR games do seem to be a little light on the content, and maybe that's what makes Hellsweeper to me massively stand out. The sheer amount of stuff in this game is silly. If you can think of a way to sweep hell, you can probably do it within the confines of melee, magic, and ranged combat. Yeah, I see a lot of pushback against roguelikes, and I can only think that it comes from the younger audience that maybe don't. I don't want to be derogative, but like maybe the attention span is the issue, and I'm not saying that as a bad thing. I mean, my memory's crap. My attention span's good, but my memory's crap. So, you know, maybe they've got memories of gods, but their attention span isn't there because everything's being thrown at you in like 30-second bursts and stuff. And, you know, I'm even guilty of that. But for me, I've played a lot of very crafted, amazing games of story. And I've played too many story games where it's like, oh my god, the mechanics in this are great, but now I know this game like the back of my fucking hand. And now I know, like, Grimlord's gonna get there. I'm gonna get to the point where I know what's coming around every fucking corner, and there will be no challenge anymore. Grimlord are doing an arena mode, though, which is gonna be fucking great. In Death Unchained did kind of get that way towards the end because of how it works, even though it's a very light roguelike, but it is one, kinda. See, that's the thing. It's like, okay, I have to restart. I have to restart when I fail. Cool. Watch my tips and tricks videos, and you'll never have to restart a roguelike again. All right? Can we just all agree on? God, it's because that's why we're struggling on shields, because the last boss took shitloads of cash off of us. Again, is a nice mechanic in this game to try and upset the combo that you have, is that the game periodically takes cash and souls off of you, so that you for the meta progression, but also so that you don't become too powerful. And so, like, it's the times that I'll get caught in this and die is at the beginning of a chapter, because I always forget that it takes shitloads of cash off of you, and then that affects the amount of shields that you have. Like, our shields now are down to a mediocre 168. That's rubbish. That's rubbish. Rubbish shields. We had them up to 500 a minute ago. Rubbish. But yeah, I've played so many handcrafted story games, and they're all amazing and everything, but like a good example of one that I've played recently, that Freediver Triton Down. What a fantastic game, but it's a one and done because I've seen it all now, and it's quite a short game and there's not a lot to it. But that game, down tunnels with stuff chasing you, with things to chase in a kind of roguelike environment so that you can get lost in the tunnels because you haven't seen those tunnels before. There is potentially an element that a lot of the people that don't like roguelike games, I always hear a lot of people say like, oh yeah, roguelike games, they're lazy. Are they though? Oh, well, they're lazier than having to handcraft a level. Yeah, but then you have to handcraft an AI to make sure that your randomly generated levels work properly. You do need... I won't trust alien fish ever again. Bloody fish. Bloody fish with its motion in. But that game, that's all it needed was to become a spelunking game. Let's get some of this. We need to be careful here because I'm forgetting how easy we could die. So let's get the old blood boys out. Go, my pretties. Kill. I've got the nasal voice for it now as well. Go, my pretties. Kill, kill. Oh, God. Give a man a cold, and he'll put on an act for days. Thing is, as well, this will probably slow down on my screen before it starts juddering on yours. It seems to be the very... fuck. Completed already. It seems to be the very nature of VR, is that what you see is often finer and better frame rate than what you can get in headset. Although having said that, with the amount of blood hosts that we had out there and the amount of enemies on screen, it wasn't that bad actually. Probably drops to about, I don't know, there's definitely a drop, but it's not enough, and I'm quite susceptible to those drops. But again, you can just always, you know, fucking go upside down. We don't need to worry about unholy and XP. We do need to worry about paid violence. So here we go, and paid violence is an infinite skill. It does increase the mana cost, but we're not actually doing anything with unholy. We're up to 134% more loot. It is diminishing returns is paid violence. Like the first couple, it goes up like 20, it goes up like 40, 80, 100, and then after that it starts going up in percentiles. So well, much smaller. Of course it goes up in percentiles, much smaller percentiles. Golds? No? Okay, we're down to silvers. Best key going. Yeah, it was one of the things that did I like it? I don't know. The old, someone mentioned it earlier and I breezed over it. The old key system. It was a bit much. I'm glad they simplified it. I liked it, but it was like, what key is this? Is this the best key? I don't fucking know. It definitely could have been done better. The system that they have now is a lot more simple. So, but yeah, it is a crying shame as to why this game isn't more popular than it is. And it might just be because a lot of people get quite intimidated about how the game looks and that they wouldn't be able to do it, I think is possibly the thing. I don't know. But there's also that element, again, I think someone mentioned earlier, where the game had a bit of a, if again, a memory often doesn't serve, but the game had a bit of a horrendous launch, if I remember right. Especially on the likes, like the PSVR 2 version looked like the Quest version, and the Quest version was nowhere near as good looking as it is now. I mean, it hasn't had a massive boost, but there's definitely been some changes to the effects, some of the enemies, and things like that. Yeah. No, well, the thing is, you got a good tutor. You and Kim have fun. There you go, haven't you? No, but the thing, no, she is quite right though. The one thing that I would say is what I'm doing makes this maybe look a little bit of intimidating, but this is just, you know, it's like anything. You spend thousands of hours doing the same thing and practicing the motions and getting good at them, then you can start putting it all together like I do. And you know, I'm not even playing at any sort of level. I'm kind of breezing through it. So yeah, no, I don't think that's a make or break though. Thank you for the cake, or for the pie rather. That the skins in this game are probably one of the weaker areas. I like the original mask that you get. I think all the other masks just look a bit, I don't know. I mean, some of them are bordering on looking good, but a lot of them just don't quite have it.
I don't know, the original one that's like a half mask and all that veiny shit going on, and that pulses and you can change the colour of it based on your avatar, it's cool as fuck. All the rest of them are just like pretty standard masks. So it's not to say that they're not good, they're just not great. So, and then the ones that you got for the DLC I don't think were particularly amazing either, or for the pre-order. Hexpay, yeah. And what does that get rid of? Like, even this can look, I suppose, quite intimidating, like this whole selection system. Basically, you pick up one of these things, and depending on the plus next to it, is how many traits you'll get. Pick a trait, and then you go on to the next one. So I'll pick Mana Engine, equip that, and then if, like, looking at that, Mastery level 3, so that's how high a level it is in-game, and then I'm going to get a +2 by crushing this. Simple as that. We'll put it on XP. And then... Form Air Jungle. I'm not even using these. Ooh. Have we got Katana's equipped? We have. Look at this. Remember that thing I was saying about... Oh, I haven't got the... Oh, why haven't I got the little one? Oh, I got the wrong katana on. Fool. I think we've got the ability equipped now. Look at that. That's an ability that you put on your weapon mid-run, or you can have from the start, and you can do this with a lot of the melee weapons, is that by sliding one down another, you set them both on fire. What do you want? What more do you want? And there's so many little things like that in this as well. So many. No. That's a new thing as well. End the current run, well, a couple of updates ago. End the current run, escaping with all of your collected loot. There's maybe times that you should do that. Oh, floor is lava. No thanks. Oh, we'll go for that one. Mystery objective. So one of the other things to note as well, and this can actually affect how difficult the game is to play for you, when you are picking the upgrades, don't always just go straight for the thing that you need. Look at what it says underneath it, because sometimes you might find that by taking the thing that you want to level up the thing that you want to, it then puts you onto either a really bad level for your skill set or your level, or gives you some really fucking horrible map modifiers which will end your run. I know this because I've done this many times. Half the time I still don't look at them, and to the disadvantage of that. And look, even at the level that I'm playing at, which is reasonably high, I guess, I still destroy all these totems, because it's just one less thing kicking my shit in when I get out here. But it is a, it's actually a challenge one, so. Trial of Luck. Is Floor of Lava in there? No, it is not. How many of my obbles do you want? No. We'll roll. Roll them! If that, I don't know what that bin is. If that bin is bye-bye all of your money, I'm not going to be impressed. So, the Trial of Luck now, I believe, it used to anyway, I don't know if it still does. So that one doesn't. We get a bonus crystal now. Oh, and it's unholy, thank you very much. Knew just what I wanted. A couple of more paid violence, lovely stuff. But if I remember rightly from previous, and again, they may have changed it, because I'm like not an update behind, maybe half an update behind for as little as I do. The neon slugs, they were great for getting experience. So, fuck off, chair. Get out of here. The Trial of Luck, if you roll a map modifier on that, it used to be that would then be on every map from that point on. So so that's why I'm averse to ever rolling one of those, and it says floor, if it says Floor is Lava on it, because Floor is Lava can fucking do one. And I'm talking about a guy, I'm the guy who never touches the ground in this game. It's just the moment that you do touch the ground, it's like, I'm the Floor's Lava, dickhead. Yeah, cheers. Right. Cool, sorted. This is another one of those levels where we can really harvest the style score, and the way we do it, we're supposed to kill things within this shimmery circle, and then that adds to the altar. And also, if you don't look on your hand, because you can have these objectives in front of you, you can see the amount of blood that you've filled here as well, which is a very cool detail that I never really see, because I never get that close. Yeah. Let's get the old blood hosts working now that fade violence is a thing. So we need to get those shields up. These lightning enemies that we're now encountering are particularly dangerous. They will strip our shields like fucking knives through butter. And I think they fire those lightning balls off based on the hits that they take to their shield. Hey, dickhead. Boosh! Like, that's one I know Von loves it. One of the... Hello, K2. It's one of the little abilities in this. Hold trigger when you have blast unlocked. Hold trigger, press forward, and you do like a force push. And you can even change that and do a force pull with it later on in the game when you unlock it. And again, it's these little things that you can add that can really change the style and way that you play with things. Like the pushing and the pulling in this game is going to be how I do the melee, because I can see, like, you know, if you've got a katana out and then you pull the enemies, that was not the right way, but you have the skill and pull the enemies towards you and then, you know, slice them in slow-mo. It's not that bad. You can barely hear that I'm wearing massive amounts of tissue up my nose, Chris. What are you talking about? No one barely noticed. Stop making it a thing of it. If I go back on... Hey, look, right, fuck you, Chris. When I came onto the stream, right, Vega said, audio good, visual good. That's all I need to know, all right? You can take your you sound nasally. Get out of here. Fucking hell, yeah. Do you remember during COVID when some people were stockpiling all the toilet roll? Well, I'm using it now. Using it now. There's frost magic. So this is the other thing, is even though we're picking up things that we're not using, we could go onto our loadout and equip them to various things and completely change up the run. But again, you do start getting to that point where you're doing too much. I would pick at the very beginning of this game 1 or 2 skills and get used to, and also always put the same thing in the same, like for me, so I know that lightning is always up, flame is always left, pistols is always right, blood is always down. What I have on my hip and my shoulder does change. So, bog roll. Good old bog roll. Like, one of the things that I will say, when you find the right surface, they've definitely got wall running on this game. Lovely. Can you barrel roll into wall run? No. Well, you can. I just hit something. But yeah, and it's standard procedure on the wall run as well. You just hit the wall at the right angle. If you have the little tooltip thing that I've turned off on, you'll see the right angle. And then you can put the game into slow motion just by either pressing a button or holding up. I put the game into slow motion by holding up the thing that selects where you're jumping to, and the reason being is because you don't get all of that. What's that, Von? Thanks, Von. Snot check. Another thing to note as well, because you don't see them very often. See that? can get nice and close so you can see it. That is a changing graphic. These are normally sort of like chrome, silver, or bronze. This one is gold. That means that when I crush this, I'm guaranteed, I think it's guaranteed, to get either a legendary combination out of it, if there's one going, or at the very least a gun upgrade. It basically means you'll get higher level stuff. So there you go, fully loaded. There's one. I was expecting something better than that, but I think you only get the legendaries if you've got enough of these to combo into it to get them. So it is worth keeping an eye out for them. Compact magazine, yes please. I thought to begin with it was... See, the thing is, that may have changed now. I used to think that that was a graphical glitch, but it is not. Robocop didn't eat the baby food. He shot the baby food, didn't he? He probably did eat the baby food. Maybe in the outtakes. Right. Up, up. Oh yeah, the fruit pastes. Yeah, see, thing is though, we've all, well, if you've got kids, we've all done it, haven't we? Yum, 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 yum. This baby food tastes so shit. Eat it, you little shit. It's good for you. It's good for you, eat it. Cool, we got some golds. Lovely, lovely. There goes. And some bullets. No. Secret powder will do. Sounds like a fun game. Yeah, they always taste like yeah, in 30 ticks. What's that one? Ooh, that tastes like ass. Yeah, that one. Yeah, I'm gonna put that one down as ass. Can I have a taste of the next one? Oh yeah, that one also tastes like ass. Bloody baby food coming in here with all this mushed up goodness. No, I'm going to stop opening the ones. Oh, definitely. This one, another thing that I will mention as well is this game, Hellsweeper, has been out now for... Ooh, might be coming up 2 years now? It's been on the market for quite a while, or maybe it's a little less than that. It's well worth getting, but again, you know, part and parcel for me is what's better than a really good game at 20 quid? A really good game at half the price. So if you've got a backlog to play through it until this one is cheap and then get it. If you really must get it, then you know, I've got discount codes, people have got bigger ones. You go where the discount is best. Don't think about like, oh, I'll support Silver Tongue Devils. No, you get the best deal. If you have to get it and mine is the best deal, well then obviously you take that. But I'm telling you now, this game has gone on 40% sale on at least a couple of occasions that I can think of. Oh, easily worth full price. Now, anyway, there was a time when... I don't know. To be fair, I don't think there's never been a time when it was not worth full price. There's so much. There's so much. It's worth every penny of full price, but oh god. Double trouble. September 2023. Oh, okay. I would challenge anybody to pick this game up and not find something to fall in love with. You know, if you can get into the game and start playing it, you know, like, you might not even like much in the weaponry side, but you might love the maneuverability of it. I know I do. You know, like, what did we just do there? I jumped, cartwheeled into the wall,
ran across the outside, and then deftly landed here, or whilst my blood host was doing all the legwork and shooting pistols. Yes. It might not look like that, but that's what happened. Or at least that's the story that I'm saying. That's the story that I'm telling. We'll go silver cord. Not that it matters, just don't want to increase damage. Let's not get lost everybody this time. So yeah, what I was saying about blood magic. Normally when you first get blood magic, that's what these are. So if anybody is playing the game and keeps finding these and they're like, what the fuck? That's a blood crystal. What you do with a blood crystal, they come from enemies. They're almost like the heart of the enemy, and you crush them to make a blood ball, which then allows you to do the various magic. But the ability to get Devil's Trigger and be able to just cast them, because you go through 3 stages, because blood magic is kind of like the top magic in the game. Blood magic, you start having to pick up crystals, which you then convert into blood balls. You then get abilities later on where you can take something as simple as a leg and crush it into a blood ball, so then you've got multiple ways to do it, and even that is fun in itself. But then eventually you get powerful enough where you can wield blood magic all on its own, and the leveling up process of that, because like when you first get blood magic and you first see that, it's like, holy fuck, what the fuck is going on there? And then all of a sudden it's about trying to collect as much to try and get as many of those out as possible. And then it's like, oh, now I can grab legs and crush them, I can get even more blood balls. And then you get Devil's Trigger, it's like, I can cast it on demand. So good. So very good. Very, very easy to get excited about this game. Oh yeah, the multiplayers. The multiplayer is one of those games where it's like, it's not really multiplayer, you're not really working together, you're just three entities now bouncing around the same arena, destroying everything. So, you know, there's no like helping each other up platforms, or there was supposed to be a way to combine magic, but you don't need to, because you can combine all the magic by yourself. It's something that we need to test. In the trailers a long time ago, one of you could cast like fire or lightning, and then the other one could cast fire, and you could smush them together between you and then take off. Little hint of a bit of magic there for you. That's one of the combos. That's lightning and fire for the haze dragon, the haze magic. And remember as well, each magic has got throwing it as a ball, pushing out what's holding trigger to do another effect, combining and floating. Look at me, I'm 4, I am. You can then pull this apart for a massive blast wave, or palm up, and then that's how you get the lightning. And it's got to be one of the coolest magic systems in this game. And the thing is as well, that's just the half of it. There is more, because if you take the lightning and then infuse it into yourself with a click, and then cast something different and fire that off, you get a different kind of magic again. And this game is just, it is the epitome of, oh, there's just one more thing that you can do in this game. I don't think I've come across a game with as many cool extras as anything in this. Grimlord's getting close though, having said that. Challenge yourself for a reward, yes. Blood balls, and this, like the blood balls, instead of casting a normal blood host, I can do a lightning blood host, which then teleports to enemies and shocks them instead of slicing and dicing them. Or I can do one that fires a fucking uni-beam if I combine it with fire. And he'll just laser everything. But I don't use that because it's too powerful. It just kills things way too quickly. Ow. Ow. Here's that other thing as well, like a lot of people have said to me like, oh, and the thing is as well, funnily, since I hit that 5,000 subscriber mark, and thank you all very much by the way, since I hit that, I'm starting to get these offers of like sponsorships through. And all of them always start with, oh, we're really big fans of your channel. We've been, we've been watching your videos. We'd really like you to do a review on, It's like, you haven't been watching my channel then, have you? That's just a fucking line. Because I don't do reviews. But, as I've commented on plenty of times, if you see me doing tips and tricks on a game, I mean, that tells you everything that you need to know about that game, surely. You know, I'd stand by all of the games that I've done tips and tricks on, that they are worthy of your time. And then, you know, and again, I'm a skinflint. You purchase them for as little as possible. Yeah? Support the devs. Okay, well, give us the level of content, then maybe I'll consider it. Maybe I'll consider it. There are few games that I deem day one purchase. One of them would have been Hellsweeper for the amount of content that it had and the price that it was. Another one is Dungeons of Eternity. I'd probably go as far as to say Alien Rogue Incursion, but that's not to do with the level of content. That's what they're trying to achieve, and the fact that I'm a massive Alien nerd / fan. And Grimlord's there as well now. Grimlord is, because that one's very well priced at $18.99 for the amount that's in that. The problem with Grimlord is once you've played through it, it is a bit of a one and done. But there's so many ways that you can play back through that. Oh yeah, no, I'm probably close to thousands, dude. After image, reduced damage taken by 50% during jumps, sliding, wall running, and somersaults. Yes, please. I wish it actually gave you like a proper after image, like in like Dragon Ball Z and shit. That would be so good. But yeah, it's just the, you know, 15%. But that's the sort of thing that I would expect to see in this game. When I flip, I just have like a little bit of me rippling behind me to denote the speed. Maybe it does have that on the PC VR version. We are on just the lowly Quest version here, remember? Whoop. So, but yeah, very cool. Very cool. Yeah, pie. Pie indeed. But yeah, so yeah, again, as I was saying, don't take them. Plus 40% damage. I'll be killing things half as quickly again, and I'm already killing them fairly quickly, which then means less hits. Less hits means less style. Less style means less rewards at the end of a level. Less rewards is less experience and gold and various bits, and then that all leads to your progress. Sorry, Doom. Sorry. Look, Doom, you've got enough to play. Get this one when it's cheap. You don't need it now. You don't need it now. Although, and as Chris was saying about earlier, I was planning on doing some cooperative Hellsweeper. We did a little bit on me, Von and Kim did a little bit after we did the keys giveaway on this last time. I do want to do some more cooperative. Now that this is up to 3-player, I do want to add it back into the mix, and because I've kind of finished all of my bits of work, I suppose, I've got some time in the old schedule, so probably. So the totems that I'm shooting, the blue ones are just cap.
cash and I think souls. The yellow ones contain keys, and blue ones can become red ones, which is why you shoot them before you go into areas so that they don't attack you. I'm lost again. Fucker. Those are the red ones. Like, I wish there was more levels like this in this game. For those of you who played Sairento as well, oh no, they're still, I mean, I don't know. They've done a lot. They've done more than they should have with this game, and I believe there's still more to come. I'm waiting for them. It's because I don't think this game was ever very well received, and it hasn't garnered the sales that it should have. Probably because there's people going around like me saying, wait till it's on discount, mate. In that nasally voice that you all love so much. But I mean, we've only just had an update now which put it to 3-player, and I think the goal is to get it to 4. So can't go up there. I'd love to see more levels like this in the other game that's worth having a look at as well. And when I was chatting with the developers, they were and ahhing with bringing the Quest. Sairento only got a Quest 2 upgrade, and that's I was saying about the cyberpunky version of this. It's an older game now, but they were planning on bringing that up to Quest 3 version. Yeah, do it, dude. Do it. Yeah, good. Solid advice. That's why I kill them all as soon as I enter the arena. It's a little bit more difficult on these levels because sometimes you get ambushed like this. You come into a room and they attack. Oop. Hey! Legs! Legs! I mean, legs is the worst idea for that guy. Hey, look, if there's any game that I am extremely confident that I could do it all by myself, it's this game. And I can then get you guys involved and teach you stuff and get you doing it. And then if you struggle, I can wade on it, can't I? The best kind of way to teach. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, this game does have one of those stupid code systems for like friending up and stuff. Never a fan of those on meta, but right, Chris, right. Bubbles. You ain't getting out of that, son. You ain't getting out of that. Hup. Hup. I'll take that one. No, that's cool, Scott. Well, one of the things that I'll say is, like, with games that I have actively promoted for in the past, I'm always happy to help other content creators, and maybe do some co-op with you or something live on stream and do a little supporting. Doom, if you really feel like you have to have this game now, then yes, I do get a couple of quid out of it, and then I can use that quest cash sometimes to buy keys to give to you lot, or at the very least buy games without it having to cost me, so that I can play them in front of you so that you can make your own minds up. So it kind of all swings around about. So try and spend like at least 3/4 of the quest cash that I get on getting keys to give out to people, because, you know, I don't need hundreds of pounds for the games that I want, and I'm also a patient boy, and now I get a lot of the supercar. I don't even drive. Yeah, more toilet paper to stuff up my nose is what I need right now. Sudafed. Sudafed. Get me some extra Sudafed. But yeah, I'll happily do some Hellsweeper with you if it helps you do your channel. Or yeah, again, I'd open this up to anybody who is going to. If you put your stream on after me and you're doing a game like Grimlord or Hellsweeper or Dungeons, no, dude, that's not. The thing is, that's very nice of you, Doom, but that's what other YouTube and content creators do. Remember that I am a humble video DJ. I give, not to receive. I give it out because I can. So you need do nothing for me, which is why we stay away from memberships, we stay away from super chats, except that one time when I forgot when I first started streaming. And like memberships, I don't want anybody to have to, yeah, but not, you did it on Facebook, Bob. And if you have done it on YouTube, you haven't coordinated with me and haven't put it on after my stream. Or before. Well, no, you want to put it on after my stream if you want that. As I said, I'm happy to do that for anybody who is doing stand-up. Hell, I've not got that many people, but never mind. You know, it's no skin off of my nose to redirect my little audience, my awesome audience. Onto another's channel. Oh. I know, Mod. Yeah, the thing is, Mod, you don't really do the YouTube. You do the Facebook, don't you? So I can't really do much on that. But it's, I mean, it's the one thing that I would say is the only thing that I can really comment on, and again, I'm just a fucking no one online with a handful of subscribers. The only thing that I've done to get this far is consistency. I've tried, when I started doing the old streaming, I've tried to keep it Wednesday and Saturday. Ha! Look, if we watch the video, that fish was really, really convincing, Chris. Really convincing. Like, Decrepit has started doing Dragon Fists, not Dragon Fist, Dungeons of Eternity. It's no skin off of my nose to pass my audience on to him when he's live streaming after me, so I'm happy to do so. You know? He's hosting that Dungeons of Eternity tournament at the moment. Which, the one thing that I will say is you will have to bear with them. It was not fucking treading water, don't even start. Oh, okay. Obviously not. That's another one that I'm waiting on the developers from. They never did send me a key. That doesn't mean buy me one either, Kim. It does look good. Thing is, I've played a decent amount of Human Fall Flat and Gang Beasts on flat screen, and I've got to say, it is, like, they're good and everything, but it's got to be one of the worst kind of games on VR, because you can do all of that on flat, and it's no real different. I mean, yeah, you get a bit of a different view, and you can do it on your VR headset, but like you could do it on your VR headset through Xbox Game Pass, and so in that circumstance, it just feels like a bit of a shill out, bit of a cop out on gameage. Oh, let's get these guys killed. So to bring down their shields nice and quickly, do that, do a blast. Hello. All the way over there, eh? Oh, somebody died. One down, one to go. Let's make sure we get enough style on this so we can get a decent amount of echoes at the end. Come on, blood balls. Kill. You can do even more magic on these arena levels because they're a little smaller and a little less intense, hence why you usually get more enemies coming after you here as well. There's also in the multiplayer a dedicated arena mode that basically works like this. You have lots of monsters instead of the like proper roguelike experience. You have lots of monsters coming at you in various waves, so it's reasonably basic. They included it. This is at its best in the multiplayer on the roguelike mode. It's so good, and I'm so glad that they allowed it in free player as well. Oh, it'll be Rec Room, I would imagine, but yeah, we shall. Oh, it is. It is, and the thing is, the one thing that I will say is I'm playing this to game the system at the moment because that's what I do. But it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 6 million. Yeah! It's one of the things. Still haven't unlocked all the fragments of story yet either. Probably Rec Room. It's one of the things that is very good about this game as well, is I'm just playing this at the moment to level up, and even the leveling up process, it's a grind like anything else is, but it's a fucking awesome grind, because you can use what you want to grind up the things that you either don't want to use or you don't find quite as overwhelmingly powerful as some of the other things that you already have. So what we'll do, just to really hammer the lesson home in for Doom, to pick this one up when it's on sale next. 2 hours 42 minutes, made for a stream. I'll show off some of the weapons before we end it. I don't know, I've never hit it. I thought... I think the level cap... I'm sure I have hit a level cap. It might have been 50 at one point. I don't think there is one anymore. The thing is, this is just my level of my character, and the higher level you get, the more progress achievements you get. So that gives you the ability to unlock cosmetics and blessings, which are the really powerful upgrades to your character, and some of the epithets, the classes, and that all caps out at level 38, but you can carry on. So, but even when you've max leveled and you've got to 38 and there's nothing more to do, remember that there is classes, and each of the classes has a level to it as well. These do cap out, I think, at 50. And as you go through the levels, you get additional
additional bonuses. So at level 1 with Acrobat, you deal 30% more damage during jumps. When you get to level 20, 2 additional blessings you will be able to lock in before you start a run. At level 45, 3 additional blessings, and then when we max it to level 50, reduced damage taken by 50% during jumps, sliding, wall running and somersaults. Increase maximum number of jumps by 4, so that would mean I would have a base number of 6 jumps right off the get-go. And remember, that's not all, because there's Acrobat, Magician, Acrobat, All-Rounder, Bulwark, Stunwalker, Spellcaster, Gunslinger, Tamer, and Vanguard. I won't spoil what these are, but it's worth having a look. But obviously, Gunslinger, All-Rounder or Acrobatic if you're going guns, Magic if you're going mage, and then it's either Bulwark or that one if you're going melee. You could use any of them for any style of play, but these all need leveling up individually as well. So, not only is the grind fun, the grind is great in this game, because you can do it how you want to, but there's lots to grind for if you want to. Like, for instance, I only want to get Acrobat to level 50 because I'm happy with Acrobat, and that's great. Von's on Magician, and she's also leveled up Tamer as well, so that she can summon more doggos and shit. And I don't know. This one, Sunwalker, is you get different effects on this based on whether it is day or it's in the day or the night cycle, I think. Health, mana, and damage increased by 100% during the day. During the night, slain enemies have a 40% chance of dropping a shield pickup. And again, these really change. So you can use this to change your style, the weapons to change your style, your starting blessings to change your style, your starting attributes on your weapons within the loadout, and the trait slots to change your style, the add-ons for the weapons to change your style. Like, for instance, you know, that revolver's pretty revolvery, but we could go one more, couldn't we? And we could, like, I don't know, add a fucking... We could, like, put a revolving barrel underneath the revolving barrel of the pistol, so that it then does double shots, couldn't we? And this is what this game is all about. Like, oh, did you want to put a fucking kitchen knife on your pistol? There you go. And now your pistol is a hand-to-hand combat weapon as well. So, but yeah. But remember, all of these things add mana costs to your weapons, which is why I have some of them on, but I like having to manually reload and various things like that. And all of the weapons, most of the magic, have these things, as well as these things, as well as the blessings, and the epitaphs as well, the class system, and it just goes on and on and on and on and on. Right. Let's show off a couple of things, like I haven't shown enough already. Let's scratch the surface. Let's put on that. Let's put on. I was saying I'll show you off the boss weapons as well. Let's have a big fuck off cleaver. That sounds good, doesn't it? Big fuck off cleaver. What else? I'll let Von show off the staff when she's playing with me. Shotgun, assault rifle, pistol, SMGs, katana, sword, axe, mace, bow, lightning magic, ice magic, fire magic, staff, blood magic, doggo. Put doggo on quick. And then that's your lot, but then remember that you've got combos of all these as well. Yeah, no, it must have been all that talking. Or maybe I've been talking so much and forgot to nose change that the tissue's fallen out and I haven't really noticed yet. Probably trampling all my snot into the floor right now. Wouldn't that be good? But it's all in the essence of showing Hellsweeper off. So, I like the mace. Now, I like maces in games normally. Give me a shield and a mace and a bunch of skeletons and I'm very happy. I don't want to necessarily have to be a cleric. If I could be a dark cleric, you know, like healing you with hate, happy days. But yeah, I don't want to be a good cleric. But, so, mace, awesome. Two-handing it allows you to really send people fucking flying and you get that glow on the end of it as well. That's enough, isn't it? That's enough. But it's not enough, is it? And remember, anything you can do normally, you can do it upside down. How do you do the... Oh yeah, there you go. And then, just in case you didn't see that, you can use it as a grappling hook as well. And you can improve this thing's length as well. Whee! So, like, you could play through the game quite easily with just the mace. I used to play with the Kasiguras, I think it is. They're like handle, stickle, and then chains. Oh yeah, there's loads of like extra little abilities on this as well. And again, it's all very intuitive. Use the mace normally. Double tap trigger turns it into its whip mode. Double tap again brings it back. And then tap and hold trigger allows you to shoot it at things. There we go. Look at that. Brilliant. And one of the coolest things that I like is, but they've taken it away from the bow now. They've taken it away from the mace as well. So what you used to be able to do, I'm going to have a word with the devs. It might have been by accident. When you used to grapple onto something, it kept the game in slow motion. Now it speeds it up. And when it did used to keep the game in slow motion, it means that you could, like, attack the ground up... Maybe I'm not high enough. No, they've got rid of it. So you used to be able to, like, plug the ground with your grapple hook, draw yourself into the floor, and then handspring off of the ground. And your hand did connect with the ground, and you could push off. And the more you pushed off, the further you leapt up. So all of a sudden, handspringing was a thing in this game. And it was practical as well, because when you handspring, it counts as touching the ground. And when you touch the ground, it resets your numbers of double jumps. So all of a sudden, you could stay in the air infinitely and not touch the ground with your feet. And I used to fucking love it. And now they've taken my fun away. I feel like that's a bug. So, because there's a couple of other things that do that. Hello, doggos! How we doing? Why have we got two of you? So, doggos are a thing. And they've got the various scratchy mechanics and, yeah, all that shit that dog lovers love. And they've got a lot of abilities. For instance, if you infuse... shit, I haven't got any magic on, have I? Yes, I have. Yeah. If you infuse the dog toy with an element, it gives those things elements. Also, if you squeak the toy to get their attention and then throw them something, you better believe they'll fucking use it. So that doggo now will fucking go off and mace people. And because he's infused with fire, so's the mace. And if you use blood magic in combination with this, you get multiple doggos. And then if you use the tamer skill, you get to multiply the multiple doggos. Look at my hounds. Right? Right? And again, it's like, but wait, there's more. I mean, we haven't even touched on the fact that you can be man, lady, loads of masks,
only 2 different avatars. There are loads of masks. I like this mask. I think it looks the coolest out of all of them. Some of them aren't too bad. They look good on here, but they just don't look so great on the face. They look better on the lady avatars than they do on the bloke, if I'm honest. But the fact that you can change your skin colour and your vein colour as well. And if you note, when you are holding magic, your vein colour pulses and comes up. All lovely little touches and details. So good. So very, very good. What else have we got? So, yeah, I didn't get... So I got the pre-order. I got the pre-order bonuses with Pico, and even though I got given this day one, oh no, I didn't get it given it day one. I asked for it on day one and they didn't get back to me, so I pestered them and eventually they gave me a key because I already had it on Pico. See, this is the problem, is some of the pre-order bonuses I want to get, and if I get given the game I don't get them, so I've had to start buying. Like, I had to buy Aliens to get the pre-order bonuses. So like, for instance, that fucking huge cleaver, it doesn't have any attack abilities in that you can't throw any energy with it, but if you hold the button, hold trigger, you'll hear it, and then if you slam, it does more. If you just hit normally, it's just a massive cleaver, but if you hold it, you can do like slam attacks and send them flying. And then, like, you know, oh cool, right, yeah, cool, it's got a cleaver, right? My game's got a cleaver. Yes, but has your game got a fire cleaver in it? And can that fire cleaver be lightning, blood, or ice? No, it fucking can't. Does it change the ability? I don't think so. But it gives it new effects, and it looks cool as fuck. So again, if you want to play a specific way, like, I don't know, in your biggest weeb fantasy, you run around with a half-jaw samurai mask, flipping around and using a blood-infused dark red blooded Nodachi, and that's you, and that's what you want to, you are catered for. You know, so say for instance that's not good enough and you want to do a I'm fucking death run, well, that's also catered for, because if we equip the scythe, and I'll show that off as well in its various different, so that's the normal scythe, and all of the boss weapons are actually quite good because they don't have as much of a problem with that. Everything's just a little bit too far away. If I remember rightly as well, yeah, the scythe throws that kind of cutting shot with it as well. But that is all it really does. It's just got like a cutting shot. But if you infuse your hand with lightning and then summon the scythe, it changes the colour and the properties of the attack, and now we have a fucking lightning scythe as well. But okay, alright, I hear what you're saying, but you know, it'd be a blood scythe, wouldn't it? So then we infuse blood, and then we go for that scythe there, and then look at that. That looks fucking disgusting. That just looks like somebody hasn't washed their scythe recently. See if we can actually hit him with this shit. Not easy to get the hits. I keep missing him. Fuck. Yes, nailed it. First time. Let's wait for it to. Like, that's the problem I find with the hand-to-hand combat in this game. Even though I've got a really fucking long-range weapon, I can taste it. I can fucking taste it. Just a little bit too far. Little bit too far. So what else have we got? What else can we show off a little bit? Suppose I should show off the SMGs, shouldn't I? And their twin as well. And so the way I've got these infused at the moment, when they overheat, they gain an ice ability, which
then infuses them with the ice element for attacking, as far as damage purposes is concerned, but also increases their their stabilization. It's one of, like, ice is the weakest magic in this game, which is why you don't really see me using it. But one of the properties that ice does have to bring it back into play is, as you are playing the game, if you are taking damage and the enemies are hitting your weapons, they can break. Ice can repair them. That's something that I never used and never really knew about. And I think it was one of the devs said to me, like, oh yeah, well, you might think that ice is shit, but it's the only thing that can repair weapons in the game. And I was like, that's cool as fuck. I'm still not going to use it though. Yeah, ice is a little on the weak source side. What else have we got? So the staff is kind of an alternate. The staff is kind of an alternate for magic use, because you can get a lot of properties for the staff that then makes the magic better. But what you do is you infuse your magic to the different quadrants, the 2 different quadrants, and it then changes the properties of, and then if you combined it, you can then get different abilities. Like, for instance, if we were to, one of the ones that I've recommended highly to Von to get her style score up is go double lightning. Yeah, I know it's boring, but it then means you can just do that on demand. And then you can do that on demand, but upside down. And you can also do it with 2 staffs as well once you've prepared them all. And then the staffs do other cool things, like if you bang them on the ground, the area of effect for this weapon goes off. How do I get the... And then some of the magic that you can combine with them kind of gives them melee properties. Oh, look at that! Possibly. Look out! Ah, I ran out of magic. Like, why isn't it even in that? Fucking, so, like, that's magic, but melee now. I'm actually, I don't know, I know they were pretty good. I don't know if you know or not, I was actually providing those wob 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 sound effects. That wasn't the game. You'd think it might have been. You'd think it might have been, but no, that was actually me. I know my sound effects is peak. So, yeah. But, yeah, and the thing is, like, it just goes on and on and on and on. We haven't even looked at the bow, the shotgun, the rifle, the sword, the axe. Like, the axe. Like, a lot of the things that we haven't looked at are melee, because... Yeah, it was, right? Like, the axe. So, axe, pretty cool. Double-hand it, you get that on the end of it, which just fucking minces and dices everything. Double tap it, and it changes to an executioner style axe. Once it's like that, you can hold it and throw one of the parts, and it will go off and fucking boomerang, a la Kroll style, just by holding it and just fucking chucking it, and that'll spin off and go and kill everything, and then to me, my blade. And I just... so many cool things. So the melee definitely needs playing around with, but I've also, because a lot of you have won this game, or some of you who are regulars have won this game, and I also need to play it with you lot. So, but then, like, one of the other properties that a lot... It's Doom VR, it's Devil May Cry VR as well, is the other one. Another one of the properties that a lot of the melee weapons share, not off the bat though, obviously, and I might not have leveled this up, but a lot of the properties that melee weapons have is that if definitely the normal sword, if you uppercut enemies, they go up into the air, and you can put a trait on so that you automatically follow them and then go into slow motion, so you can do the old Devil May Cry. I mean, you can do it manually anyway, so, and then upside down. Yeah, I will. I will. It will happen. But then that's the thing, is I want to get it all leveled up first, but which won't take me very long. I'm almost there now already. And I'd like to do some challenge runs on this, because as I said, I really enjoyed doing and we'll finish off the Assassin's run on Grimlord. Hopefully you guys are enjoying it. I don't care if you are or you aren't. I still want to complete it anyway, because we're actually quite close to completing it, and I've got some other ideas for some cool challenge runs as well. This is a really good one for this one. So yeah, if you do want to see about playing this one in the future, do remember that you will need to find your stupidly massive friend code in the multiplayer lobby, which is accessible by going here and then starting and then going into that. Pop that into the Discord and then we'll be able to find you. The other thing to note in this game as well is I very rarely compete in it, because I can just go on that, again, feed me pie if you must, but I know how the scoring system works in this game, and if you're doing 4 levels and you're under like 1 million, then people don't know how the scoring system works in this game, because I can do that now. I mean, thing is, it is weapon providing. Like, I might struggle to get a decent score with those, but you've got Tempests and I can go upside down and I can slow motion, so I won't have any problems. And Magic Overflow with Frost Magic is actually quite powerful, so is Blast. And what the challenge is 1, 2, 3, 4 levels back to back, culminating in the boss, or 3 levels and then a boss battle, and that this is changed weekly, and there is a scoreboard for score and a scoreboard for time. The thing is, a scoreboard, the way that you would play it for score is a lot different with the way that you play it for time. With time, you go for your powerful weapons. For score, you've got infinite time, so you go for your huge combo weapons. And then that's another thing that's on top of this as well. So, and we haven't talked about endless mode yet, so for you IDU faithful who want infinite cycles, catered for. We haven't talked about empty loadout yet as well. I've been going into this game with a set loadout. You can go into this game at the start of it completely randomly. That is another challenge thing that I'd like to do. And yeah, just loads and loads and loads and loads to do. Hello Dread, how we doing? Yeah, that game fucking sucks, man. Jesus. But yeah, this one's really good. So yeah, if you've got, I was gonna say, Dread, if you've got this one, get your code in my Discord. So that's the first step to playing. But yeah, this is, now that a few of you have got it, because that was part of the thing, it went up to 3 player. And Gauntlet is another mode as well, yeah. It went up to 3 player, so it's then kind of viable. 2-player cooperative games, they're the sort of ones that you'd expect me to play with other people who do YouTube, like Indie or Decrepit, and so on. And yeah, now that this one's up to 3 player though, it's that nice environment where I can bring 2 people in and they can play, and then I can help. So. But yeah, so maybe we'll see about doing that at a stream coming near you. And on that bombshell, we shall indeed end it there. This has been Hellsweeper Upside Down, running natively on the Quest 3. I have been Silvertongue Devil. Good night.